Well, hello, peoples of the internet. It is I, HTG Brian, back with some LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga. Today, we've got the Anti-Trooper Challenge, which is scattered throughout the galaxy, and it's going to unlock 3 Kyber bricks. Now, fun fact, if you have been following along with us, you have likely already accumulated all 12 of these and have gotten the 3 Kyber bricks. However, if you're jumping into the Anti-Trooper Challenge and you've not completed free roam and stuff like that, we got you covered. We got all of the locations all spliced together in their intended order based on the list of the challenge. Now, again, we have quick links down below if you're in a hurry to get to a specific area or looking for, a location on a specific planet. Now, here we are. We got our menu pulled up. We're going to scroll down to the challenges and all the way down to the Anti-Trooper, which, again, you can see we have completed. So this is actually footage spliced together, which we have already used with some footage that we actually created to make this flow perfectly. So some of this footage will be new, some of it will be reused, and if you've already completed this, I suggest moving on to the next challenge, which happens to be the Wookiees. Where are the Wookiees? But if you're ready to go, we're going to jump into Kef Bir. That's right, we're going to head down to the crash site, and again, some of this footage has been added to make it flow perfectly, while other footage has been used in previous free roam videos. Hopefully that makes sense, and hopefully I'm not confusing y'all too much, but as soon as we get our control, we're going to actually head over to the right-hand side and take a leap of faith off a cliff, which is going to drop us down below onto a nice little cave-like area. And look at that, we're going to turn around and head on through the cave, head on through to the other side. As we make our way through, we're actually going to pop up our map, which will reveal this is actually footage we have added to splice in, because you can see that the shooting range is complete. But over on the right-hand side, we've actually spliced into the original footage any second now. Booyaka Shao. We're going to go ahead and need 2,000 points, which is pretty easily achieved as there are lots of fish that jump through the air. And if you sort of stay in the middle, and I recommend using a bounty hunter for most, if not all of these challenges, if you stay in sort of in the middle-like area, it'll give you easy access to both the left and right sides where the fish are jumping and flopping around. But you've got quite a bit of time, and in fact, you can see I've already got over 1,000. You get 200 per, so basically you can do some math. You need about, what, 20? It's like you need 10. And once you get 10 of them, it should be good to go. Now, it is possible that some of these challenges may require a second or third attempt to get them. That is okay. It does not matter how many times it takes, as long as you get that gold medal. And usually you'll get rewarded with something, too. In this case, I do believe it is just studdage. But it could be a character token. There are all sorts of things that are revealed or gifted to you for completing these. Now, I thought about sort of speeding these up or maybe not completing these all, because the video does drag out to be just about 30 minutes long when you complete all 12 of these. However, 30 minutes is a pretty short experience to get such a high-priced gold medal and Kyber bricks. All right, you can see there we got some extra Kybers. We'll go ahead and move along. Now, keep in mind, too, the order in which I got them in my playthroughs was not the intended order on the list. So you might have noticed that was our first one that we've displayed, but it actually showed 2 of 12. Those numbers are not going to match up until you get to the very end, which it just so happens that the last one we get is the last one on the list. Kind of worked out nicely. All right, here we are in Hoth Echo Base. That's number 2, the second place. We're going to go ahead and make our way all the way down to the back left side of the area. And it's sort of northwest if you're looking on the map. And this is all footage we had from original times, way back when. And we're going to make our way all the way down to, that's right, the shooting gallery, which, like I said, it's up in that upper left-hand side, but it's definitely down below. And look at that, he's got some Kyber brickage for us, so we'll go ahead and approach him. Got it marked on the map. As you can see, it's in the northwest corner, or top left, like a top left. There we go. Nailed it, first try. Speaking of nailing it first try, we're going to go ahead and step up. Looks like this one you need 4,000 points. Now, each one of these targets is going to reveal a different value, and I definitely suggest taking out the big ones first, as they do give you a little bit more. Looks like 150 comparatively to, oh, well, maybe they all give you 150. I thought there was different values. My bad. Maybe it's these little guys that only give you 100. No, they give you more. The flyers, so the smaller, the better. And it looks like the faster they move, the higher the value too. So just definitely work on trying to take out as many as possible. And as you can see, there are obstacles that pop up and get in your way. So it's definitely a time of the essence here. But I recommend taking out those flyers first, at least as soon as you can, because you do get a little bit extra for them. And I have officially, okay, finally, woo, I was going to say, I've officially got over the top. I wasn't sure I was going to have to, maybe get a second go at that. No, I'm just kidding. I edited all the second goes out. There should be first try every time. But blasting through the snow to unlock some Kyber bricks. Oh, I guess we're not that time of the year anymore. We just passed that. All right, so 490. Looks like that one was actually maybe the third one we got total. I don't know. We're not paying attention to that. I don't want to confuse you. So we've officially gotten 2 done. We're now landing on Pasaana. That's right. It's the Forbidden Valley yet again. As soon as we gain control, we're actually going to make our way. Well, let's go ahead and pull it up and see where we're going. As you can see here, we had not yet taken down this area, so this is the first thing. So if you watched our free roam videos, you might have been a little annoyed by some of the beginnings, as I would always target where I was going based on the shooting gallery location. So if an area that we were covering had a shooting gallery, I always targeted that first, or I did my best to do that. I think out of the 12, I think I did like 11 or 10 of them like this. So there's 1 or 2 that I had to splice in or was planned later, like Exegol, for example. I had an off-planet task, and I left that, and when I returned back on planet, I did. I think it was Exegol. We'll have to see. Yeah. Old man Brian Brain strikes again. Yeah, we actually recorded this and spliced it together roughly a week ago, so I'm probably going to have a Brian fart or 2 along the way. But all right, we officially made it to the shooting gallery. I realized that I had a Sith character, or a force-wielding character, and I want a blaster in my hand, and in fact, more specifically, I want a triple blaster, so Bounty Hunter it is for me. I always recommend the Bounty Hunters for these, just because they have that extra pew-pew coming out, and I don't know, they seem to lock on and just be a little bit gooder. Now this one is funny. It's actually a really funny angle. It launches these targets up in the air, and you can see the targets are a little top heavy, so you gotta wait a hot second for them to sort of start their descent down, so you get a nice aim at that Suicle, and go ahead and take it on down. And of course you need 1,200 points. You can see I'm yielding about 100 per, so you need 12 total. Now I keep walking back and forth. I don't know if you're noticing that, but I'm walking back to get a better view on the targets, but I'm walking up close to swoop up some of them studs, because at this point in the game, you can see I only got 5 billion. That's barely any. So, yeah, we'll go ahead and just put that out there just in case you're still on that stud grindage. Definitely helps getting a little closer. All right, we've got well over the amount needed. In fact, we got 500 more. We got 17 out of the 12 needed. In fact, there's more than 18, 19. Do we get 20? Nope, sold to the man with a gun in his hand. We got that gold brick. Actually, we got that Kyber brick for getting that gold medal. A powdery performance is complete. Now, in this video, we are out of here. Notice I ran right by a Kyber brick. That was weird of me to do that. I legit didn't see it. I scouted everything out, was super worried about that shooting gallery, got the shooting gallery, and then was like, which way do I go? Which way do I go? And in our case, next way we go is to Yavin for the Great Temple. Definitely take note of the location down in the middle there, as that's where we're going to be heading next. And then, of course, sometimes I get a little bit flappy with the commentary, so I'm a little behind. Now, in this case, we're actually going to want to run outside of the temple over to the left. So we're making our way, swooping around, and eventually we find ourselves a nice little detour, huh? Is that it right there? I do believe it is it right there. Nope, psych. We're going to keep running. Keep running. All the way around, and there it is up top. We're actually going to use these grapple points or handhelds to get all the way up there. Once we get up top, there should be a pretty obvious place to step up to. And look, there it is. It's right on the ledge. We'll talk to Buddy here, who actually has a character token for us this time. So as I mentioned at the beginning, not all shooting galleries are created equally. Some of them definitely reward you with higher value prizes. In this case, we're going to get old Porkins. What's up, Porkins? Porkins, no! All right, that's pretty awesome. We need 1,200 points, though, or more in order to advance this one. And all right, we've got these. Are those are protocol droids, or aren't they? The little guys. They're like mini versions of it, I feel like. Definitely take these guys out. You get 100 per, so you're going to need at least 12 of them. And as you can see, it definitely helps having the triple blastage because it takes more than one blaster bolt in order to take them down. So if you lock on and hit all three, it actually drops them, and that's good. That's what we want. If you've got somebody else, like, somebody that's tossing a saber, it might do a little more damage, but I feel like it's going to take a lot longer to get it out there and return the old boomerang effect, as we call it. And in this case, we're home stretch. We got more than 1,200, so we're good to go. A lot of these time-based ones, the races are different, but the shooting gallery ones seem to be pretty abundant with time. Well, again, those races can be pretty tricky. Some of them are pretty, I feel like they could have added 10, 15 seconds to some of them. And other ones, they're doable. Just you got to repeat and get good at the route. All right, we got that one done. We got that gold. And, of course, we got that character. We got Porkins. Next up, we're heading on over to Tattooine, Mos Eisley. That's right. Here we are. We're officially landing here. Again, this is all previously used footage with a couple of moments spliced in that sort of connect them together. Like this particular one, if I'm being honest, we actually got the shooting gallery mid-free roam. So this is actually footage that I've added just so we have a nice, easy path to get from the landing spot to where we need to go, assuming you haven't already taken on this free roam area. And if you have, you probably don't need it. All right, so we're going to trudge our way through town, picking up studs all around, and eventually we get there. In fact, we went the short way. Usually we go the long way around. All right, now let's see how well I do matching up the spliced-in footage to the free... Oh, that was actually not a bad transition there. We're officially on the free roam stuff, so you can see we actually have a character token that's going to be rewarded for this, it looks like. And I do recommend switching to a protocol droid before beginning this, because you're actually going to need to access that protocol droid terminal, and it does take time to toggle over, or if you don't have a protocol droid out, it's actually going to take you longer to try to get one out and get it ready. Now, in this particular case, we just need to take out the old swamp rat. So I recommend just sort of swooping back, right, and left. And notice that each time I sort of stop for a second in the middle, wait for that head to pop up. And my timing is pretty good, but it could be gooder. That's right. It could be improved. And definitely looking for 2,500. And I think you get, what, 300? Or is it 100 per? It's only 100 per. So the red is going to be your damage, while the white is going to be the points rewarded. So we are looking for 25 total swamp rats, it looks like. I don't think you can get any multipliers on these guys. I was thinking that maybe you could get higher point values, but like headshots, sometimes the headshots seem to give you more, but does not appear to be the case. Look at that. Woo to the hoo. I got gold, and hopefully you did too. Splat a womp rat down. Next up, we're actually going to take a little journey over to Dakar. That's right. We're going to go check out Resistance Base. Let's see here. We're going to get a reward first. Yep, we get that Kyber brick. Okay, so it was a Kyber brick. I thought we were getting a character token for that. I guess I mislabeled or maybe I just misread the map there. Regardless, we're officially at Resistance Base on Dakar, which was one of the largest free roam areas for LEGO Star Wars The Force Awakens. You guys remember that? Looks pretty similar, honestly, but it looks a little cleaner here on this version. Now, I heard that they're going back. TT Games has gone back to their old engine for their next game. I don't know if that's true or not. I certainly hope it's not, but... Now, the shooting gallery is actually sort of over on the northwest side. Now, this is footage from our free roamage, and as you guys may remember if you watched it, I actually was really big on talking to the rumor spreaders because it actually saved you a little bit of cash. And until you get that 10 billion trophy achievement, you're kind of always on that stud grind. Once you get beyond that, it's not a worry, but until then, I like saving my studs. Now, in order to get inside to the shooting gallery, you got to get to that far bunker and use the handhelds and the grapple point to get up top and flip that switch, open the door, and inside in the back left corner is going to be the shooting gallery. Now, there's a rumor giver right there. We got to talk to that spreader before we move on, but... All right, here we go. We got the Resistance trainer. He says, go ahead and get her done did, and I will give you a Kyber brick. That's right. We need 4,000 points. Now, I do believe this is the one that actually gives us different point values for different items, kind of like that one earlier we saw where the ships, the smallest ones, gave you the highest. Now, I don't know why that didn't give me. I was going to say, come on, pay me, bro, pay me. Now, the moving ones are going to give you, looks like 500. Well, I guess the shooting target's close, 500. The ATs in the back are going to give you 4, and the other red targets look like 100. So choose your targets accordingly, as you need to get over 4,000 points total. So lots of the big stuffs and even mores of the little stuffs. Look at that. I got it on my first go. Woo-hoo. Hopefully you did too. All right, next location as we collect our Kyber brick for the target training. I like how they did that. It's going to be Ajan Kloss. That's right. It's all Ajan Kloss at the Resistance Comp. No? Bad? Boo? All right, moving along. All right, I get the hint. I'll keep the singing to a minimum. All right, here we go. We got actually control of our character here. We're going to target a character token, or no, it's a vehicle token actually, up top on the upper rim here. And then we're going to follow the old waypoint marker down and across the lower area to a couple of, I guess they're like little ledges that lead to some handhelds. And I recommend the old handhelds because them ledges be a pain in the tuchus. So if you look way up top, and you might actually need to get up on the first one before the grapple points reveal themselves. But as soon as they do, I recommend using them and get your way all the way up to the top. Once we get there, we're actually going to turn a hard left, almost a U-turn. And along the ledge here, we're going to see this resistance trainer here. Oh, it's a resistance member. And give us a little tip here telling us that we can unlock the BTA NR2Y wing. Why? Because why not? We'll go ahead and take out a bunch of these little practice droids. In fact, if you notice, we start off and they have a value of 100 points, which makes you think, oh my gosh, I'm going to need to get like 30 of these guys in order to get that 3,000 plus. But for whatever reason, after you take out, I think it's the first 5, the value goes up. So there's another 100. I believe the next one is 200. Oh, wait, maybe the next one? Wait for it. There we go. So the values go up, and then eventually they get even higher and higher and higher, making this challenge a lot easier than it would have first appeared to be. Now, there we got 200. I think we got like 2 more, and then I think it jumps to either 300 or 400. Like I said earlier, it's been a few days since I edited and put this all together, and it's been a lot longer since I actually took on this challenge. Agent Kloss was a while ago. Look at that. We got 400 now. And each one is pushing us a little higher. Okay, 300 for that one. It must have been because I had bad aim. So the values do change. And again, I'm not 100% sure how or why, but we definitely have enough to get that Y wing. Woohoo! All right, we got that gold, and we even got a bonus 500 studs. We'll take it. Look at that, 194 million. Boy, we were broke these days. That's like little stuffs. All right, off we are to Exegol Sith Citadel. Now, this footage of me landing here is newly added footage. I do run to the back there and almost get on the elevator before I splice into the other footage. Why am I sharing this all with you, and why didn't I just jump into those spots? Well, I wanted it to be as fluid as possible, assuming that the people watching or searching for this video have not actually taken on the free roam stuff. I wanted it to be easy for you to go ahead and track these. Everybody's got their own different pathways that they feel are the most efficient. I like to knock these things out as I go, as the values were attached. The Kyber bricks you unlock for a lot of these challenges, or the shooting galleries, I should say, they were attached to an area. So I wanted to make sure that I got those done with the area. Not everybody wants to do it that way, though. So however you want to play it, we got to try to make sure we got videos to accommodate. All right, all the way down, following this waypoint marker, it does get a little confusing at this back corner because you got to drop down a floor and then come back down the same way you just were. And on the map, it looks a little confusing because you can't necessarily tell this area is down here. But eventually, you make it all the way to that far end, drop down below, and woo to the who. We're going to pull out a bounty hunter. And look at that. We got 6,000 points required to get that TIE dagger. So it is another vehicle token. So as I mentioned earlier, we get all sorts of goodies for completing these shooting galleries. And in the very end, we ended up getting a bonus 3 Kyber bricks. All right, this one's pretty easy, as it does allow you to take out the targets from the back side, too. Now, I did not pay much attention to see if hitting it on the front side gives you more points or not. I just was on a frantic fury trying to take them all down. Gotta get them all. Gotta get them all. And I do a pretty good job, I do believe. Got 3,900. I mean, it goes up pretty fast. You're definitely getting 100 plus for each one. Some of them are 300, 400. And you got lots of time. Oh, well, look at that. I'm not as close as I thought I was. In fact, I do go blowing over the top here in a second. In fact, 6,200, 6,500, 6,600, 6,700. 7,000, 7,500. Look at that. So definitely lots of time to get her done. Hopefully you guys won't have any problems with that. And 3, 2, 1, booyaka, show. Another one done did. Citadel shooter, dun. That's right. Woot. All right, next we are going to head to a capital ship. It happens to be the Steadfast capital ship. Now, we do have videos for these, so if you are having a hard time trying to get this one to spawn, definitely look up our video for the Steadfast capital ship. I've jumped into the actual kind of takeover here, so we've just completed taking over all the bad guys and actually purchasing the ship. So it's ours now. We own it. Look at that. Proof in the pudding. All right, so the ship is officially mine, all mine. Now we can go ahead and pull up the map and target the old shooting gallery, which happens to be right behind us over on our left side. So pretty easy, nice locational based here. 20,000, what? Looks like we're going to unlock a Kyber brick for doing so. This is actually one of the easier ones. However, I just want to put this out there. I did find that there were a couple of goes I did on this, like on my PS4 scouting run. For some reason, it did not spawn very many of these pink or red, whatever color you want to consider it, soikles. For some reason, it stopped after 10 or 12, and then it was just done. And it wasn't like I missed any. It wasn't like I took them all out, and it just quit spawning. So it is possible that something like that may happen. Now, I've been getting a lot of reports that this game is just unplayable. It's so buggy. It's so glitchy. I haven't ran into anything that was game-breaking, but we have had a couple of moments, like I just mentioned, where, for whatever reason, it spawned at 12 of the 35 of those icons that were supposed to pop up. There's been a few times where, we'll get a Kyber brick or a character token, and we'll sort of scour the area, and all of a sudden that icon will pop back up on the map, acting like we didn't get it. But when we get there, it disappears. So small stuff like that, but nothing big. Off to Naboo Theed we are. That's right. The next one is going to be right here in the hangar as well. But this does actually require a quick get-up change. That's right. We got to do a quick change of the outfit here. We got to pretend we are a stormtrooper. And it's pretty easy. There's actually plenty of stuff to make it happen right by where we is. We want to go ahead and target the old guy standing here. It happens to be a rumor giver to start off with. If you've already been here for free roam, you probably already took this on, but we're going to go ahead and speak to him. He basically tells us that it's for only certain types of peoples. So I know I mentioned I got to put on a trooper outfit. You thought I meant stormtrooper, didn't you? Nah, it's a different type of trooper. We got to pretend we a local. So we're going to go ahead and smash the 3 different, outfit stuffs. But yeah, I'm struggling to come up with a name because I usually just call it head, shoulders, knees, and toes, knees, and toes. Basically, you need a helmet, you need a shirt, and you need some pants. And there's 3 racks locally by that you can go ahead and find those items. Now, I recommend shedding the clothing or just switching to a bounty hunter before starting this, just because you get that triple blaster action, which is so much easier. Now, 2,500 points comes pretty easy as you basically get 100 per, and these guys spawn frantically. I don't believe you get higher point values as the time goes on, but that is possibility, I suppose. So far, that is not the case. Look at that, 100, 100, 100, 100, 100. Yep, these guys are pretty simple, but it is possible. Now, something you might try too, if you're struggling, there's thermal detonators, there's the fush porse. Easy for me to say. I should have edited that out, but I got to leave that. The push force. There we go. Nailed it first try. All right, we're out of here. We're off to Kamino, Tipoca. We're going to the city on Kamino. That's where we're doing. It's not El Camino. It's just the Kamino. Oh, wait, same thing. All right, I'll stop already. I'm just trying to put some smiles out there while showing you where all these things are. Okay, we're officially here. We're going to mark a Kyber brick just off to the southwest of where we spawn or land here, because that's where the shooting gallery number 11 happens to be. Now, if I do remember correctly, and I probably don't, I do feel like this one actually has some values that change. So not all troopers respond with the same value. I think some of them are 100, some are 150. So, again, just definitely use a bounty hunter because you got that triple blaster. If you haven't already, too, I would recommend upgrading your blaster. That's something I haven't really talked about since we did the upgrades a long time ago. So I'm just kind of assuming everyone's done that. But there is a blaster upgrade if you're having troubles taking stuff out, and it maybe seems like I'm slicing through them like a hot knife through butter. It's because I have upgraded my blaster values in the Upgrade Core Values tab on the menu. Yeah, you can see a couple of them give you 150, some of them are 100, maybe it's headshots give you 150. Oh, 200, I'll take it. Now, okay, so it looks like lower level is 100, middle level is 150, and top is 200. See, I knew there was different values. Old man Brian Brain strikes again. And we need 6,000 points. We are about halfway there, and definitely want to see more people on those upper levels because they pay out a little higher. And again, that triple blast from the Bounty Hunter is definitely paying off because I'm actually hitting some close with one blast, and then the 2 and 3 blasts are going up higher and hitting other people. So, pay me. And let's see here. We got 4,500. We're running out of time, people. We're running out of time. This is a weird phenomenon, though. Did you notice that all of a sudden it just jumped? I got like a ton of points out of nowhere for some reason, and then it pays me for everybody on this. That's a weird one. Sort of a gimme, if you will. But 6,000 points done did. Tipoca target training done as well. And guys, we're out of here. We're actually off to the final shooting gallery, which happens to take place on a capital ship. And to be more specific, it's the Trade Federation Battleship capital ship. Boy, that's a mouthful. And all right, so here we are. We're jumping into the footage where we have just taken out all the defenses, got on board, taken out the commander, and purchased the bad boy. So it's officially ours, and we're going to go ahead and pull up the map and target the shooting gallery, which is off to the middle left side here. So off to the west, middle west, and we just happen to be pretty close to it. That's actually right where our scenario for taking over the ship finished. And look at that, we're right here. Of course, I'm going to want my bounty hunter for this, so we'll go ahead and step up. And what do we got? We got 25 that we need. That seems doable. 25, right? How does this work? Oh, that's right. They're little pop-ups. Here's a tip for you. I'm going to go to the side. Lazily lean to the left. Pull the old Han Solo here. Get a little bit of a diagonal angle. Reason for it is because you want to take out 25 of those bots. But those doors that open behind them, the little hatches, they take a couple of pews before they go down too. So by being off at an angle, it gives you a little bit more of a straight shot to the robots themselves. And you're not going to be spending as many bolts going into the doorways there. And look at that. I got 31, 32. The diagonal angle works. Proof is there. And woo to the hoo-hoo. We got 36. Hopefully you got it too. And just so happens, blast him is complete, and as mentioned earlier, it turned out that the last capital ship that we did happened to be the last shooting gallery we needed, so that worked out really nicely. And look at that, we're even going to get the little animation that says +3 right there. Did you see that? +3, and the anti-trooper complete. So I have been promising that video for a long time. It's all spliced together. Hopefully it worked out for you. And if you enjoyed it, click that like button. Don't forget to drop me a comment and let me know if you watched the whole thing and you're still here at the end. I always like seeing those. And as for me, guys, that's going to do it. I'm off to go find some Wookiees. As always, until next time, see ya.